Genshin Impact has been a part of my life for the past 2,000 days. If we add up the days, it dates back to September 27th, 2020, which was when Genshin Impact first released and took gaming and gacha games to a brand new level. As a gamer my whole life, I just couldn't miss the hype train back then, so I decided to download the game. And back when I initially thought it would be just another game I'd play for a few weeks, turned into something special. And little did I know that 5.5 years later, Genshin will be an important part of my everyday life. Looking back, this game has been with me through different phases of my life, and quite frankly, changed my life as well. Genshin was the first game that I played consecutively for 5 years straight. Logging on, getting emo over my gacha pulls, and doing dailies has been part of my daily routine and second nature now. If only I chose working out instead for the past 2,000 days, maybe my arms would look more like Varka's rather than Ito's. Okay, jokes aside, I'm sure some of you clicked into this video might be wondering why. You might have even graduated college or high school during the last 5 years, and yet here I am, helping Catherine out by doing daily commissions for the 2,000th time. Well, personally, I enjoy playing Genshin. It's cool to see how the game evolved over the years, with well over 100 playable characters now, each with unique personalities and characteristics. I'm not gonna lie, I spent a good amount of money on Genshin, which I honestly don't want to find out exactly how much, but I do have all of the playable characters in the game, with a few 5 stars at maxed out constellations. If you are new here or have never watched my videos before, I'm also a content creator for Genshin, and I've uploaded well over 500 videos doing challenges and funny moments that documented some of my journey. Part of the reason as to why I still play Genshin Impact is both wanting to find out how the story ends, and also FOMO, since I already put too much investment both time and financially into the game, just to drop it. While that was only half of the truth, I did and still receive burnout from the game time to time while playing the game. Genshin Impact is by no means a perfect game, but it truly became the perfect game for me to relax, chill, and have fun in. I might feel old for saying this, but half a decade ago, I first started out Genshin because I found out the game just released, and as someone that was very involved online and into anime, I saw the visuals and aesthetics and immediately decided to give it a go. While I was downloading the game, I looked up the game and found out it was a gacha game. While Genshin isn't my first gacha game, I've had experience both good and bad playing a gacha game. So the meta sheep I was back then was ready to reroll until I get a kickstart to my account. I kind of wish I still had my old recordings from 1.0, but my hard drive died on me, so unfortunately I lost most of my old gameplay videos. But I vaguely remember when you got a 5-star character, you'll be able to hear them speak before they even showed up. Now, I'm not sure if I was crazy or not, if that was even true. Maybe if you're a 1.0 player, you can let me know in the comments, but I swear this was a thing. I know now when a new character joins you for the first time, you can hear their voice line as you get them. But I'm pretty sure back then, you could hear the character's voice before you got the character. Anyways, after countless rerolls, my first ever team was Venti and Mona with physical Xiangling, as those were the meta. Sadly, I didn't get a Diluc at launch, who was literally the most sought after DPS back then, and I didn't get him until around 2 years later. Now, this video isn't gonna be a nostalgic story of my Genshin adventure for the past 2,000 days, but just know that I was a hardcore player back then, always trying to be the best amongst my friend group that started playing Genshin together. Unfortunately, I'm the only one that reached 2,000 days playing Genshin, as they all have moved on from the game long ago. But hey, that's just life. People come and go. One thing I miss that will never be able to happen anymore is the Genshin co-op in the first month of the game. Nowadays, when you co-op, everyone pretty much wants to get out of the domain as fast as possible, or there's a whale with maxed out characters carrying the newbies through the bosses. But back then, when everyone was AR 40 or so, struggling in a domain together was a pretty fun experience. I remember clearing a domain in 5 minutes was considered quick, and certain team comps actually matter if you can clear it or not. I was even happy to see a Chi-Chi because there just weren't that many healer choices, as nobody really built Barbara, and Noel's heals weren't good enough. Remember, this was back when people were barely able to farm artifacts, so most of our characters were most likely rocking 4-star artifacts that were barely leveled as well. Just thinking about it made me miss that aspect of the game, and it's just something that you had to be there to experience to know that feeling, especially when players were still figuring out the meta. There was also a time that I was obsessed with the meta, and it still remains one of the main topics of the game, as the meta changes every regional update. I always focus on getting the best characters of that specific region, and any character that isn't a meta is a character I just never built. Playing and polling for meta character is an obvious choice, especially with a game like Genshin because of the gacha mechanics. Getting stronger meta characters makes us clear Spiral a bit easier, which results in more polls to spend and get better characters. This kind of mindset honestly burned me out and made me step back from the game a little bit, especially because I failed to get Kazuha, who was one of the most meta characters back then. I still play the game, but was mostly just doing dailies and logging out. Genshin does have a lot of content in the game. Even as someone that's been playing over 5 years now, I am still ways off from completing everything the game has to offer. My Inazuma exploration is still not completed as a result of getting burnout back in 2.0, since I had just failed to get Kazuha. This was partly my own fault, and even though I had so much time to explore now, I just haven't done it yet. But hey, on the bright side, I still have tons of content to catch up on whenever I feel like the itch to complete them, so who knows, maybe I'll do a challenge to 100% everything in Genshin one day. Before I knew it, Genshin took over my life. You see, I've been a YouTuber since I was 13 to 14 years old, but Genshin has always been a game that I wanted to make content in, and hopefully carve a future for me. Since Genshin was released at a time when lockdowns were happening, I pretty much stayed at home with nothing to do but doom scrolling, watching anime, or gaming. Since I always wanted to be a YouTuber, I decided to give content creation in Genshin a go. Voltyea was actually not my first Genshin channel, as I created Genshin content in the past. I did guide content at first. But as someone that isn't really into dairy crafting or numbers, or even playing Genshin flawlessly with perfect rotations, guide content just wasn't for me, so I decided to ditch my old channel and created Voltyea, the channel you're watching now. To be honest, I wasn't sure what kind of content I wanted to make in the beginning. And watching some of the creators that I looked up to that grew their channel doing challenges and not guide content made me also wanted to do content like them. I started this channel in December of 2021. And posted a fun little challenge where I tried soloing a Golden Warlord with Ito. I also did Dog vs Dog challenge with Goro. Those videos didn't really took off, so I kind of just stopped uploading for a month. Then everything changed. One of my favorite events, Windtrace, was returning, and since I spent a lot of time playing it in the past, I thought, why not just make some Windtrace videos? This decision was honestly one of the best decisions I made, since it was the first time I started experiencing growth in Genshin. People actually liked the videos and wanted me to do more, so I just started uploading daily because I had nothing else better to do. However, since Windtrace was only an event, I couldn't do Windtrace content forever, right? I got worried that if the event was over, will my channel in 2 weeks of fame be over too and forgotten? Not gonna lie, as embarrassing as it is to admit, this thought kept me up at night. But after the event, I kept my momentum up and continued to upload while tasting both success and failure, which took me to this day. I also created separate challenge accounts like my Road to 100k and Animal Only series, but I pretty much became only known for them. Having multiple accounts to maintain and tripling my dailies and resin spending also contributed to my burnout, since I also have to play on my main account, which is the reason why my main Genshin account still haven't been able to 100% both exploration and achievements yet. Making Genshin content was both fun and stressful at the same time. Yes, Genshin is still a game that I enjoy, which is why I played 2000 days of it. But Genshin kind of became more than just a game now, since I'm earning money creating content. View count, subscriber growth, whether a video will flop or not honestly made me dislike Genshin for a while in the past. This is also why I get burnout from time to time, and there are days where I don't even want to think about the game. Part of it was also my fault as well, since I compare my self-worth to a video's performance. Sometimes I look at other creators that I admire, and get envious that their videos got more views, and thought maybe I should just quit after comparing myself to them. I grinded hard on Twitch doing live streams every week for the past 4 years with over 3,000 hours streamed, but felt I didn't really grow to the point where I wanted. Luckily, those are all in the past now, but interestingly enough, this is also how Genshin indirectly helped me grow as a person. I know most of you probably don't care or didn't come here to watch my content creation story, but thanks for still watching. I think realizing why I started playing Genshin in the first place made me fall back in love with the game again. I'm sure most people that play this game for a long time experienced burnout at least once. As a streamer where I get to interact with viewers and other community members, I've seen and heard everything. For me personally, I got burnout by making content and just having to think about what videos to make every week. It's kind of hard thinking of new ideas, especially in a gacha game like Genshin. So I opt to do challenge accounts and co-op videos. For challenge accounts, it was especially tiring since creating a brand new account means starting over from the beginning, which means I'd have to do all of the stories without any skip button or fast forwards. Exploration and Oculus collection, spending resins to build new characters, and more. Multiply that by 2 or however many accounts that I played during that time will pretty much take a long time just completing the dailies. As someone that works on the videos and streams all by myself, this means I had to also edit the videos, make the thumbnails, and also stream every week. I know some people might see this and go, boo-hoo, Volty, your job is playing a video game, get over it. And yeah, I agree. And I'm not looking for sympathy or anything. But content creation in general doesn't guarantee the income, which means some months can be good and some months could be bad, so there's also that to consider. As someone that only cared for meta and pulling for the strongest character in the past, I realized that it sucked the fun out of Genshin for me. The meta always changes, so why focus solely on things that might be irrelevant a year from now? Even though I still try to min-max artifact rolls, I find that building underrated characters, or even making a character that shouldn't work in a traditional team comp work, is much more fun. Of course, there's no right or wrong way to play the game. And even if you only play Genshin for meta and find it fun, then great. I'm just saying, play Genshin how you want to play it, and for those meta sheeps that judge other people that pull or build characters that they deem weak, yeah, go eat some grass or something. All in all, I'm very grateful to be in this position. And the part about being a content creator is being able to meet so many different people. Just being able to make someone's day when they watch my content was satisfying and fulfilling in a way. I actually didn't know what to do when I found out I logged onto Genshin for 2,000 days now. So I guess this video will work. And if you're still watching this video thinking that this is supposed to be a flex video of how many characters I have, or me showcasing some godly artifacts that I farmed over the years, well, I don't think I have anything of note to show. Just my experience over the past 2,000 days, and how Genshin influenced me and changed me as a person. I just created a document and typed whatever I thought of at the time into the script. So this type of content is something that I don't typically make, but I hope you like this video. I'll try my best thinking of other fun content and challenges to make, so if you're not subscribed yet, consider joining me along this journey, and feel free to comment down your own experiences in Genshin. Whether you just started playing yesterday, or also 2,000 days like me, as I would love to read all of them. Here's to another 2,000 days of Genshin Impact.